15 Scariest Hybrid Animals Ever Created. Number 15. Liger. Born from a male lion and a female tiger, the liger looks like myth-made flesh, only bigger, much bigger. These giants can reach around 1,200 pounds, victims of an extreme growth spurt that their bodies struggle to bear. Most live only in captivity, moving slowly under the weight of hearts and organs working overtime. Their lives are tragic. Spectacle on the outside, strain on the inside. Though rare, some ligers are fertile and can even produce offspring with lions, tigers, or other ligers. Each generation stranger, heavier and more fragile. Number 14. Jaglion. A jaguar shadow and a lion's thunder collide in the ultra-rare Jaglion, born almost exclusively in sanctuaries. Famous twins at Bear Creek Sanctuary in Ontario came from a black jaguar and a lioness, an accidental pairing, a beautiful anomaly. Their coats carry ghosted rosettes over leonine power, a predator's camouflage on a king's frame. But there's no place for them in the wild. Neither pride nor jungle would accept them. They live between worlds, proof that beauty can be breathtaking and dangerous when nature's lines are blurred. Number 13. Growler bear. A grizzly's force meets a polar bear's hunger in the climate-crossed growler. First confirmed in 2006 in the Canadian Arctic, these hybrids are appearing more as warming seas push polar bears south. The result is a bear built for two extremes, part tundra ghost, part mountain storm. They inherit powerful paws, keen noses, and a temperament you don't test. Unlike many hybrids, growlers show up in the wild, a living warning that shifting habitats can fuse apex predators into something new and terrifying. Number 12. Zonkey. No, not a zombie donkey, a zonkey. Zebra meets donkey, stripes meets hee-haw. Because both are equines, pairing is possible, though almost always by human arrangement in managed facilities. The look is unforgettable. Zebra banding on legs over a donkey's sturdy frame, cuteness cranked to maximum. But the story ends with them. Zonkeys are typically sterile, one-of-a-kind creatures by design. If you spot a fully striped zonkey on a street corner, beware the paintbrush. The real ones live in specialized zoos and sanctuaries. Number 11. Humpless camel. Comma. What happens when a camel meets a llama? You get a comma, a humpless, wool-soft hybrid engineered via artificial insemination. First bred in 1998, camas were designed to blend a camel's size and strength with a llama's cooperative temperament and fiber. The result is an animal larger than a llama, smaller than a camel, with a gentle coat and serious hauling potential. You won't find camas in the wild. Geography and biology make that impossible. But on experimental farms, they're living proof that utility can be invented. Number 10. Beefalo. Part bison, part cattle. The beefalo was humanity's attempt to build a super cow. Records stretch back to 1749, with settlers later refining the cross for hardiness, milk, and meat. The goal: animals tough enough for brutal winters, yet productive on the plate. Today, beefalo herds are bred for leaner, lower cholesterol beef, marrying prairie resilience with barnyard reliability. Unlike many hybrids, most beefalo can reproduce, which means the experiment grew legs and kept walking straight into the modern meat industry. Number 9. Hinny reverse. The mule's parentage and you get a hinny, female donkey, male horse. Smaller than most mules but famously stout, hinnies pack power in compact frames with tough legs and a neater mane. They're handsome workmates, if not the brainiest. Muscle before mastermind. The size difference traces to the dam. A donkey mother means a tighter, more donkey-scaled body. Like many equine hybrids, hinnies are typically sterile, a strong but singular endpoint of an unusual match. Number 8. Zo. High on the Tibetan Plateau and Mongolian steppes, necessity forged the zo, yak crossed with domestic cattle. Bigger than either parent and built for thin air, zo serve as tireless beasts of burden and prized sources of meat. Farmers love them for strength, stamina, and flavor. Function wrapped in protein. Females are fertile, extending the line. Males, usually not, making each generation a careful choice. The Dizzo isn't a lab fantasy. It's a field solution, perfected by people who live where the world meets the sky. Number 7. Spider goats. Science spun a web into a barn and made spider goats. Goats engineered with genes from the golden orb weaver spider. Their milk contains proteins that can be extracted and spun into spider silk. Fibers for parachutes, fishing line, even future body armor. They won't scale skyscrapers, but their biology quietly rewrites materials science. Managed by research programs like university labs, they're not dairy aisle curiosities. Yet, in this story, the superhero power hides in a milking parlor and responsibility lives in the centrifuge. Number 6. Wolfen meat. The wolfen. Female bottlenose dolphin plus male false killer whale. A big oceanic dolphin. First captive hybrid surfaced in the 1980s. Tokyo's SeaWorld, then Hawaii's Sea Life Park with the famed kekamalu. Darker skin, a blended skull shape, and a grin lined with about 66 teeth make them instant head-turners. Some wolfins have conceived, though survival has been mixed, hinting at delicate genetics. Rare sightings suggest nature sometimes writes this equation at sea, but aquariums are where most of the math is done. Number 5. Geep. Not a jeep. A geep, goat plus sheep. A chimera that often fails before birth, which makes living geeps small miracles. The first well-documented case arrived in 2000 in Botswana. Coarse outer hair, soft wool beneath, goat body with sheepy legs. Cute doesn't cover it. They look storybook real. Fertility seldom follows. Most geeps are sterile, their line ending where it began. Still, that first little hybrid chased anything on 4 legs in the yard, proving that curiosity, at least, crosses every boundary. Number 4. Green sea slug. Emerald elysia. Photosynthesis. By an animal, the green sea slug steals genes and chloroplasts from the algae it eats, weaving plant machinery into slug cells. It turns sunlight into sugar, a living emerald drifting through tidal marshes and shallow creeks. Scientists call it Elysia chlorotica, a rare case of gene transfer between complex organisms. It looks like a bright green leaf, hiding in plain sight, glowing with borrowed solar tech. In a list of hybrids, this one is the strangest, a plant-powered animal that rewrites what you are what you eat can mean. Number 3. Tigon flip the liger's parents and meet the tigon, male tiger, female lion. The look is mesmerizing. Faint stripes over a tawny coat, a smaller mane, spots whispering across a white belly. Solitary tigers and pride-bound lions rarely meet in the wild. Captivity is the only stage for this act. A tigon first rose to fame in 1943 at Munich's Hellebrunn Zoo, living to adulthood and capturing headlines. Most are sterile, one-generation wonders that remind us nature's rules can bend, but they always keep the final word. Number 2. Leopon. A leopon is what happens when a male leopard meets a lioness. Lion's head and mane. Leopard spotted stealth. First bred in India. Over a century ago, leopons remain exceedingly rare, almost entirely captive-bred curiosities. Imagine the ambush skills of a leopard with the pressure of a lion's bite, an apex blueprint that thankfully stays on paper. Some estimates suggest only around 100 have existed, each born already counted by conservationists. It's myth-made muscle, and a reminder to keep myths in museums. Number 1. Killer bees. Africanized honeybees. Born in the 1950s, Brazil from crosses between African honeybees and European strains, killer bees escaped the lab and never looked back. Unlike many hybrids, they breed explosively, expanding across continents with relentless drive. One sting isn't the terror, it's the swarm, an army defending the colony with frightening coordination and speed. They still make honey, but they also make headlines, turning picnics into evacuations. This hybrid is proof that when we tinker with nature, nature sometimes answers with a buzzsaw. If these creatures shook you, heed the whisper of the wild. Share this with 7 explorers and tag 3 brave hearts, and may the moon guard your steps while starlight bends danger away from your door.